Picture this. You walk into a room and all eyes turn to you. Women are drawn to your presence, captivated by your every word. Sound like a fantasy? Well, it's not. It's the reality for men who've mastered these 9 social skills. And by the end of this video, it could be your reality too. Stick around, because I'm about to show you how to become the most magnetic man in any room. You see, my friend, you're about to embark on a hero's journey. But this isn't just any quest. It's a transformation that'll turn your age and experience into your greatest assets. These 9 skills, they're not just tricks. They're the secret sauce that makes women addicted to older men's charm. Think about it. Every gray hair, every laugh line. They're not signs of aging. They're badges of honor, proof of a life well lived. And that, my friend, is what makes you irresistible. Ready to unlock your true potential? Let's begin. Now, let's talk about the first skill that'll set you apart from the crowd: adopting a growth mindset. You might be wondering, what's that got to do with attracting women? Well, my friend, it's everything. Picture 2 men walking into a bar. One's set in his ways, convinced he knows it all. The other, he's curious, always learning, always growing. Which one do you think catches a woman's eye? That's right, the man with the growth mindset. You see, women are drawn to men who are constantly evolving. It's not about being perfect. It's about being in pursuit of something better. When you embrace this mindset, you're not just living, you're thriving. And that, my friend, is irresistible. Think about your daily life. Are you stuck in the same old routines, or are you challenging yourself? Maybe you're learning a new language, picking up a hobby, or simply reading books that expand your mind. These aren't just pastimes. They're signals to women that you're a man of depth and potential. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're on a date, and she mentions a book she's reading. Instead of nodding along, you engage her in a thoughtful discussion. You share your own insights, ask questions, and show genuine interest in learning more. That's the growth mindset in action, and it's magnetic. Now, contrast this with the attitude many younger men have. They often think they've got it all figured out. They're rigid, unwilling to change or grow. But you've got the wisdom to know that life is a journey of constant learning. That's what makes you stand out. Here's where it gets really interesting. This growth mindset, it creates an aura of mystery and potential around you. Women find themselves wondering, what will he do next? What new insight will he share? It's like you're a book they can't put down, always revealing new chapters. Remember this, women love a man that grows and continues to strive toward a solid and sustainable future. It's not just about where you are now, it's about where you're headed. Your journey of self-improvement isn't just for you. It's a beacon that attracts women who are drawn to progress and potential. So, how do you put this into practice? Start small. Pick up a new book, sign up for a class, or simply start asking more questions in your daily interactions. Show the world, and the women in it, that you're a man who's always evolving, always becoming a better version of himself. And this was just the beginning. Stay tuned as I unravel the most important skills you must learn. If you want to hear more wisdom, subscribe so you won't miss out on the upcoming ones. The second skill is often overlooked, but incredibly powerful: the art of listening. You might be thinking, I already know how to listen. But trust me, what I'm about to share will transform your interactions with women. You see, true listening isn't just about hearing words. It's about creating a connection so deep, so profound, that women feel truly seen and understood. And when a woman feels that way, she becomes addicted to your presence. Think about the last time you were in a conversation. Were you really listening, or were you just waiting for your turn to speak? Most men, especially younger ones, fall into the latter category. They're so eager to impress, to prove themselves, that they miss the most important part of communication. But you're different. You've got the wisdom to know that sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. When you truly listen, You're gathering valuable insights about her desires, her dreams, her fears. You're building a map of her inner world, and that's incredibly attractive. Here's how you can master this skill. First, focus on your body language. Lean in slightly, maintain eye contact, and nod occasionally to show you're engaged. But be careful not to overdo it. You want to appear interested, not intense. Next, use follow-up questions. When she shares something, dig deeper. Ask her how that made her feel, or what she learned from that experience. This shows you're not just hearing her words, but you're genuinely interested in her perspective. Let me share a personal example. I was once on a date with a woman who mentioned she loved to travel. Now most men would have jumped in with their own travel stories. But instead, I asked her what drew her to travel, what her most memorable experience was. Her eyes lit up as she shared a story about getting lost in a small Italian village and being taken in by a local family. By the end of the night, she told me she felt like I really understood her. Remember this: true wisdom lies not in the volume of words spoken, but in the depth of understanding gleaned from silence. When you master the art of listening, you're not just hearing words, you're creating a space where she feels safe to open up, to be vulnerable. And here's where it gets powerful. When a woman feels truly heard and understood, she develops an emotional addiction to your presence. She craves that feeling of being seen, of being valued for her thoughts and feelings, not just her appearance. You become her anchor in a world of shallow conversations and superficial connections. So, how do you put this into practice? Start by making a conscious effort to listen more than you speak. In your next conversation, challenge yourself to ask at least 3 follow-up questions before sharing your own thoughts. Watch how the dynamic shifts, how she opens up more, how she leans in closer. This is key. What's even more crucial is the next skill. This will bring great success: the magic of anticipation. You might think leaving a woman wanting more is about playing hard to get, but it's so much more than that. It's about creating a sense of excitement, a craving for your company that lingers long after you've parted ways. Think about the last time you finished a great book or movie. That feeling of satisfaction mixed with a desire for more. That's what we're aiming for here. When you master this skill, you become the author of her emotions, leaving her eager to turn the next page in your story together. The psychology behind this is fascinating. Our brains are wired to crave completion, to seek resolution. When we leave things on a high note, it creates a sense of unfinished business in the best possible way. It's like a cliffhanger in your favorite TV show, keeping you hooked and counting down to the next episode. So, how do you create this anticipation? It starts with ending your interactions on a positive note. Instead of dragging out a date until it fizzles, end it when the energy is still high. Leave her with a smile on her face and a question in her mind. What's next? Here's a strategy you can use. Plan your dates with a clear high point in mind. Maybe it's sharing a laugh over a shared interest or a moment of connection over a meaningful conversation. Once you hit that peak, start wrapping things up. Tell her you've had a wonderful time and suggest a future plan, but keep it vague. "We should do this again sometime" becomes, "I know a place that makes amazing tiramisu. We'll have to check it out soon." Now contrast this with what most men do. They linger, trying to squeeze every last drop out of an interaction. They push for more time, more intimacy, more commitment. But in doing so, they often kill the magic. They leave women feeling drained rather than energized, bored instead of intrigued. Remember, patience and restraint are your allies here. By resisting the urge to indulge in every moment, you're actually building something much more powerful: anticipation for what's to come. You're showing confidence in yourself and respect for her time and space. That's incredibly attractive. This doesn't mean you should be aloof or distant. Far from it. The key is to be warm, engaging, and present in the moment, but to know when to step back. It's about quality over quantity. A shorter, more memorable interaction will leave a stronger impression than a long, drawn-out one. Here's where it gets really interesting. When you master this skill, you become a source of positive emotions in her life. She starts to associate you with feelings of excitement, curiosity, and pleasure. You're not just another man in her life. You're the one who makes her feel alive, the one she can't stop thinking about. Next, let's talk about something that's often misunderstood: the subtle power of success. You've worked hard to get where you are, and it's natural to want to share that. But here's the thing. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance, and knowing how to walk it is crucial. You see, true success doesn't need to shout. It whispers. It's not about flashing your wealth or status. It's about creating experiences that reflect your lifestyle without being ostentatious. Think of it as painting a picture of who you are, stroke by stroke, rather than splashing it all over the canvas at once. Let me give you an example. Instead of bragging about your expensive car, why not suggest a scenic drive to a hidden gem of a restaurant you know? The experience speaks volumes about your taste and knowledge without you having to say a word about your bank account. Now, choosing the right venues and activities is key. It's not just about where you go, but how it aligns with who you are. If you're a man who appreciates fine art, a visit to a gallery or a local artist's studio can be far more impressive than a flashy night out at an overpriced club. Remember, women are drawn to men who demonstrate maturity and emotional stability. These qualities often come through in subtle cues, not grand gestures. It's in the way you treat the waiter, the thoughtfulness you put into planning an outing, or the depth of your conversation. This is almost as important as the last secret I will share with you. Here's where many men go wrong. They think showcasing success means splurging on expensive gifts or name-dropping at every opportunity. But that often comes across as insecurity, not confidence. True success is about creating value in every interaction, making her feel special without making it about your wallet. Think about the difference between these two scenarios. In one, you're constantly talking about your achievements and possessions. In the other, you're focused on creating a memorable experience, asking thoughtful questions, and sharing insights from your life experiences. Which do you think leaves a lasting impression? The art of subtly showcasing success lies in seamlessly integrating it into your everyday life. It's about letting your values and aspirations shine through authentically. When you master this, you position yourself as a high-value partner without ever having to explicitly state your worth. Here's a tip. Invest in shared experiences that foster genuine connection. Maybe it's cooking a gourmet meal together in your well-appointed kitchen, or sharing a bottle of wine you discovered on your travels. These moments allow her to experience your lifestyle firsthand, creating a much stronger impression than any boast could. Remember, women are looking for a partner, not a paycheck. By focusing on creating quality experiences and genuine connections, you're showing that you have more to offer than just material success. You're demonstrating emotional intelligence, thoughtfulness, and the ability to enrich her life in meaningful ways. Now let's talk about something that often goes unnoticed but speaks volumes: the language of your body. We're diving into two crucial skills that'll set you apart from the crowd: mature body language and personal grooming. These might seem like small details, but trust me, they're the difference between blending in and standing out. You see, your body is constantly communicating, even when you're not saying a word. It's telling stories about your confidence, your character, and your self-respect. And women? They're reading these stories, picking up on every subtle cue. The way you carry yourself can make her heart race or send her running for the hills. Let's start with mature body language. This isn't about puffing out your chest or trying to look tough. It's about projecting a quiet confidence that comes from years of experience. Think about how you stand. Are your shoulders back, your chin up? Or are you slouching, trying to make yourself smaller? Stand tall, my friend. Take up space, not in an aggressive way, but in a way that says, I'm comfortable in my own skin. Now, eye contact. This is where many men falter. They either avoid it altogether or stare so intensely it becomes uncomfortable. The key is balance. Meet her gaze confidently, but don't forget to look away naturally. It's a dance, not a staring contest. When you master this, you're telling her, I see you, I'm interested, but I'm not desperate. Let's talk about your hands. Keep them visible, avoid fidgeting. Use gestures to emphasize your points, but keep them controlled. Nothing says nervous wreck quite like hands flailing about. And when you're not using them, let them rest comfortably by your side or on the table. It shows you're at ease, not constantly on edge. Now, on to personal grooming. This isn't about looking like you've just stepped off a runway. It's about showing that you care about yourself. A well-groomed man tells the world, I've got my life together. And let me tell you, that's incredibly attractive. Start with the basics. A clean, well-fitted outfit goes a long way. It doesn't have to be expensive, just well-maintained. Pay attention to the details: polished shoes, a belt that matches, a watch that suits your style. These small touches show you're a man who pays attention to detail. Your hair and facial hair, keep them neat and intentional. Whether you're rocking a full beard or clean-shaven, make sure it looks deliberate. A patchy, unkempt beard screams, I don't care, while a well-groomed one says, I take pride in my appearance. Don't forget about your skin. A simple skincare routine can work wonders. Clean, moisturized skin not only looks better, but feels better. And when you feel good in your skin, it shows in your confidence. Now here's where many men go wrong. They think grooming is just about looks, but it's so much more than that. It's about respect. Respect for yourself and respect for the people you interact with. When you take care of your appearance, you're saying, I value myself and I value your company enough to put in the effort. Remember, women love a man who grows and continues to strive toward a solid and sustainable future. That includes taking care of your physical presence. It's not vanity, it's self-respect. And that, my friend, is incredibly attractive. So, how do you put all this into practice? Start small. Stand in front of a mirror and practice your posture. Make eye contact with people throughout your day. Take a critical look at your wardrobe and grooming routine. What could use an upgrade? Here's a little secret. When you start taking care of these details, you'll notice a change in how you feel. You'll stand taller, speak more confidently, and carry yourself with more assurance. And that inner change, it's like catnip to women. They'll sense it before you even open your mouth. Think about the difference between these two scenarios. In one, you walk into a room, shoulders slumped, eyes darting around nervously, clothes a bit rumpled. In the other, you stride in confidently, make eye contact, smile, your appearance crisp and intentional. Which version of you do you think will catch her eye? The seventh skill truly sets mature men apart: the strength of character. We're diving into two crucial skills that'll make you irresistible, not showing insecurity and being decisive. These aren't just surface-level tricks. They're the foundation of emotional stability and leadership that women find absolutely magnetic. You see, insecurity is like kryptonite to attraction. It doesn't matter how successful you are or how good you look. If you're constantly second-guessing yourself or fishing for validation, women will pick up on it instantly. And let me tell you, nothing dries up attraction faster than a man who's unsure of himself. But here's the thing. We all have moments of self-doubt. The difference is in how we handle them. A mature man understands that true strength isn't about never feeling insecure. It's about not letting those insecurities control your actions. It's about facing your fears head-on rather than trying to hide them. Think about it this way. When you're on a date, do you find yourself constantly asking for reassurance? Do you like this restaurant? Was that joke funny? Am I boring you? These might seem like innocent questions, but they're actually flashing neon signs that scream, "I'm not sure of myself." Instead, try this approach. Make decisions confidently, even if you're not 100% sure. Choose a restaurant because you think it's great, not because you're hoping she'll approve. Tell that joke because you find it funny, not because you're fishing for validation. This quiet confidence is incredibly attractive. Now let's talk about decisiveness. In a world where many people, especially younger men, are paralyzed by choices, a man who can make decisions without hesitation stands out like a beacon. Women appreciate a man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to go after it. But being decisive isn't about being stubborn or ignoring others' input. It's about weighing options quickly, considering others' preferences, and then making a clear choice. It's about taking the lead when needed, without being overbearing. Here's a real-life example. You're planning a date, and she says she's open to anything, instead of the back and forth of, "I don't know, what do you want to do?" Take charge. Say something like, "There's this great new jazz club I've been wanting to check out. How about we grab dinner at the Italian place next door first?" You've made a decision, but you're still open to her input. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but what if I make the wrong choice? Here's a secret. In most cases, there is no wrong choice. Women are far more attracted to a man who makes a decision confidently than to one who waffles in an attempt to make the perfect choice. Remember, being decisive doesn't mean being inflexible. If she expresses a strong preference for something else, be open to adjusting your plans. The key is in how you handle it. Instead of apologizing or second-guessing yourself, simply pivot with confidence. That sounds even better. Let's do that instead. So how do you develop these skills? Start small. Practice making decisions quickly in low-stakes situations. Choose a restaurant without spending an hour reading reviews. Decide on a weekend activity without polling all your friends. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. When it comes to insecurity, the key is self-awareness. Recognize your insecure thoughts for what they are, just thoughts, not facts. Instead of trying to get external validation, focus on building internal confidence. Remind yourself of your strengths, your experiences, your value. Here's where many men go wrong. They think showing vulnerability is the same as showing insecurity. But there's a crucial difference. Vulnerability is about being open and honest about your feelings and experiences. Insecurity is about seeking constant reassurance and approval. A mature man can say, "I was nervous about this date, but I'm really glad we're here," without then asking, "Are you having a good time? Do you like me?" The first shows confidence in being open. The second shows a need for external validation. In dating scenarios, these skills play out in countless ways. It's in how you handle unexpected changes in plans, how you navigate disagreements, how you approach intimacy. A man who's secure in himself and decisive in his actions creates a sense of safety and excitement that women find incredibly attractive. Think about the difference between these two scenarios. In one, you're constantly checking your phone, asking her opinion on every little thing, and hesitating to make any move. In the other, you're present in the moment, confidently suggesting activities or topics of conversation, and smoothly adapting to any changes. Which version of you do you think she'd be more drawn to? By mastering these skills, you create an aura of stability and capability. You become a rock in the stormy sea of indecision that plagues so many relationships. And let me tell you, that's incredibly attractive to women. They're drawn to men who can navigate life's challenges with confidence and grace. And here comes the final key that'll make you irresistible. mastering body language to convey confidence and assurance. This skill ties everything together, creating a powerful presence that women can't resist. Think about how you carry yourself. Are you taking up space or shrinking into the background? Stand tall, shoulders back, chin up. It's not about puffing out your chest like some peacock. It's about owning your space with quiet confidence. Your movements should be deliberate, not fidgety. When you speak, use your hands to emphasize points, but keep it controlled. And those eyes? They're your secret weapon. Make eye contact, but don't stare her down. It's a dance, not a standoff. Don't forget to hit the like button if you want to see similar wisdom. Remember, once you realize that you're not a beginner anymore, you can become confident in how you interact with her. That confidence, it's addictive. It makes her crave your presence, wondering what you'll do or say next.